I don't want to vote. Yes, you heard me right. There's a few of my friends says when I ask them about voting, they think that there's not much difference between these two candidates. They're corrupt, and also in last 10, 20 years, they've been frustrated with their own life. They ask me what is in it for me. So, well, I disagree with my friends. I think there is a huge difference between these two candidates. Let me talk about the immigration first. I'm an immigrant, so I applied for my brothers under the basis of family immigration. If Trump win, he will cancel family immigration. In that case, my brothers will never be able to come to United States as immigrant. If Trump wins, he will also change to merit-based immigration. That means only the people with high education, higher degrees will be able to come to this country. But I think that will be disaster to the economy. To flourish our economy, we need both skilled and unskilled immigrant. So, dear friends, I think there is a clear distinction between the two candidates when it comes to immigration. Next, I will talk about health insurance. I think the health insurance should be a human right. It should not be a privilege. And also, it should not be tied to our job. Look what is happening right now because of COVID-19 induced recession. A lot of people lost their job. Not only that, because their insurance was tied to their job, they also lost their insurance. Under Obamacare, right now, there are more than 20 million people have Obamacare. If Trump wins, Trump will cancel Obamacare. That means 20 million people will have no health insurance. And Trump do not have any comparable or better healthcare plan. So my friends, here is another distinction, clear distinction between these two candidates when it comes to healthcare insurance. Next thing I want to talk about global warming. All the scientists are saying the sea level is rising and global warming caused by human is responsible for this. Mr. Trump do not believe in science. He do not believe there is anything we can do to reverse this course. Actually, he is wrong. There is a lot we can do. We can change our dependency to fossil fuel to renewable energy. We can also uh, we will end up, Mr. Trump says, if we go towards the renewable energy, we'll end up losing some jobs. That's totally wrong. Coal mining had most jobs in 1923. Since then, this job declined, and at the end of 2016, there was only 50,000 jobs from coal mining. And according to uh, um, all those energy expert what they're saying in the near future there will be a millions and millions of job in renewable energy. If Biden wins, he will invest in renewable energy and renewable energy like uh, solar power, electric car, windmills, and others. And these jobs, not only it will create millions of jobs, these are high paying jobs. So here is another distinction between Mr. Trump and Vice President um, Biden, that in case of renewable energy and global warming, um, uh, there will be more jobs in clean energy or renewable energy, and maybe if we do the right things, we can reverse the course of global warming. Next thing I want to talk about is the gun control. We all have witnessed the massive mass shooting of Marjorie Douglas High School in Florida and Sandy Hook Elementary School. Every time I think about the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, it's very hard for me to hold my tears because my daughter was the same age, like around 7 years old at the time of shooting. So I do not think that there is any place in a civilized society of those semi-automatic guns. I believe in lawful gun ownership. I understand the need for gun, especially for hunting, for sportsmanship, for security in remote places, but I don't see any need for a semi-automatic gun in a regular household. Also, this Trump administration do not, I really don't know why they don't want to do any universal background check or any mental health screening before selling a gun to an individual. I think this will make a huge difference in those. Let me tell you, give me one more statistics. Every year in United States, there's almost 40,000 people dying from gun-related violence, and maybe half of these comes from suicide. So, if we know a little bit of the history, that between 1950, the Vietnam War started in 1955 and ended in 1975. That's almost 20 years. In 20 years, we lost around 60,000 soldiers. The pathetic thing about these statistics is that right now in our own country, in a peacetime, we are losing same number, 60,000 people that we lost in Vietnam War in 1.5 year. 40,000 people a year, and then 60,000 should be in 1.5 year. That is totally unacceptable. I think there is a clear distinction between Mr. Trump and Joe Biden when it comes to gun control. I think gun is necessary and law-abiding citizens should be able to have a gun, but there should be some background check and some mental health screening. So finally, friends, I tried my best to make the clear distinction between the two candidates. Now, if you don't vote, I think that's one more vote for Trump. If you vote for a third party, that's one more vote for Trump. So please vote. We have only 2 days. Today is Sunday to vote, and then Monday there is no vote, and then the November 3rd, which is Tuesday, that's the last day to vote. Please vote. Do not waste your vote. And next 4 years of your life's future depends. You can decide it today by voting. Do not waste your vote. Thank you for being with me.